Sonal Gupta, and welcome to Ahead Academy. Today we will be talking about the topic which is on, the remaining topic or before in the previous session, I discussed with the students about the topic. So, although the name has been circulated as bacterial immunology, but it was discussed in the last class. So, in this class, the medium is basically, we call it as the growth medium or the culture medium. Okay, it's a solid, liquid, or semi-solid medium that's designed to support the growth of microorganisms or cells or small plants. Okay, so there are food materials or substances that are required for growing microorganisms in vitro, that is outside the body, in this supposedly called material called culture medium or the growth medium. So, you have to remember that, there are two major types of growth media that are present. But first of all, we should know that how the history started, because this is also very important in the microbiology part, because the examiner likes to question historical aspect also. Okay, so that from where did the actual discovery come from. So Louis Pasteur used simple broths made up of urine or meat extracts to grow a organisms. And Robert Koch realized the importance of solid media and used potato pieces to grow bacteria. So it was on the suggestion of Fanny Ahlenius, who was wife of Walter Hesse, who was an assistant to Robert Koch, that agar was used to solidify the culture media. So we solidify the culture media and we can preserve the growth on it for a long period of time. So, what are the actual uses of culture mediums? It's important to grow microorganisms outside the body for the following purposes. So, as we can identify the cause of infection from the given samples, so that the proper treatment can be given, and also that we can study the characteristics or properties of microorganisms. And obviously, if we want to prepare biological products like vaccines, toxoids, antigens, all those things can be prepared by growing them on the culture media. Okay. So for this, you should know about the bacterial growth curve, okay? Because then only you will be able to interpret its growth on the medium properly, okay? So you have during typical bacterial growth, that is called the growth cycle, the bacterial cell will divide by binary fission, and their mass and number is going to increase in an exponential manner. Okay, so bacterial growth in culture can be separated into four distinct phases. So these are the four phases in which we can characterize, putting time on the x-axis and on the y and number of cells on the other axis. So first, it's the lag phase when it's continuously growing in one manner, and then comes the exponential log phase when it starts growing, in very large numbers, and then it reaches to a peak, and at that peak remains stationary for a certain period of time. So that's called the stationary phase. And then finally comes the decline phase, which is called the dead phase, when the number of the cells, they start decreasing as opposed to the time. So lag phase would be the period of intense physiological adjustment, which would involve the induction of new enzymes and synthesis and assembly of ribosomes. So in this phase, there will be increase in the size of cells, increase in their metabolic rate. Obviously, there will be adaptation of the microbiological cells to new environment and necessary enzymes. Whereas in the logarithmic or the exponential phase, the bacterial cells start dividing. Their number increase by geometric progression with time. Okay, so during this period, the bacteria, they have high rate of metabolism. They are more sensitive to antibiotics, and the rate of penetration of the medium depends on the concentration of material in the medium. Okay, so how much if the bacteria is able to penetrate it, obviously would depend upon the concentration of material in the media. So if there is more material, the bacteria would be able to penetrate it more and would have a more logarithmic phase. Then would come the stationary phase after. So in stationary phase, it's like after some time the state is going to come when the rate of multiplication and become almost equal. So it is generally due to the depletion of the nutrients, and then secondly due to the accumulation of the toxic products, and population may also start occurring during this phase. Then finally, the decline or the death phase, where the population decreases due to the death of the cells, which is due to the nutritional exhaustion, due to toxic accumulation, and due to the release of the autolysis enzyme. So now we're going to talk about the types of culture media. So first of all, you should remember that there are two major types of growth media that are used for cell culture, which use specific cell types derived from plants or animals, and microbiology cultures, which are used for growing microorganisms such as bacteria or fungus. Okay. So the classification of the growth media is based on the physical state. Okay, you have a solid medium, a semi-solid medium, and a liquid medium. Okay, so but generally you should remember that the most common growth media for microorganism is a nutrient broth, which is a liquid nutrient medium. Okay, this is that last one, the liquid nutrient medium is the most common growth media for microorganism. Okay, and we also call it as the LB medium. That's the liquid nutrient medium or LB medium, where LB stands for lysogeny broth. Okay, so I can just write it down for you that it's also called the LB medium, where LB stands for the lysogeny broth medium. Okay, so these liquid media are then mixed with agar and then they are placed in a sterile media dispensed into petri dishes to solidify. Okay, so this is how they are, used.